Well, hello, my chaotic crew. It's me, it's Bentley Michaels, as always. Hey, thank you, first of all, to everyone who was part of the CA giveaway, hashtag CA giveaway competition with our old pal Tabletop Crafter. Oh, we got to tabulate the numbers, folks. We got to tabulate the hashtags. We got to see how many names are going into that hat. Who gets the win? Who gets the prize? Who gets the sweet, sweet loot? Oh, all of that sweet, sweet loot. Also, if you haven't, left us a review on iTunes or Google Play or anything else like that, please do so. And big announcement, we are now on Spotify. Yes, the elusive Spotify has succumbed to the chaotic amateurs. But seriously, it is cool. So if you're a Spotify person, hey, follow us, leave us a review, put us on a playlist, send it out to all your other D&D Spotify fans. You know what I mean? Let's help us grow this podcast in all realms. Now listen.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
And welcome back to Chaotic Amateurs, D&D's number one play podcast ever for 5e on iTunes on anywhere. Did you download it? That's why we're the best. I am Bentley Michaels. To my right we have...
Caleb is Yamhorn Darrell.
Dash as Peleus Ian Earth.
Rhett is Duroc Dragonsbane.
Milo is Ren.
And ladies and gentlemen, last time the guys hatching so many plans, until they actually figured out the right information and plans to do. Peleus sending past Peleus on a fun little side quest, and which has been recorded, and you will likely hear it, folks, at some point, but not now. The guys, they got some horsies, and they're going to the northwestern town of Greenflower, where it has been said that there's a lord there who collects old crap. And Browernick was telling the guys that Baramus was very interested because he thinks he has something that might be of Sidset, Lady of the Yellow, the other dragon. Finally, you have all 4 dragons' names. I will give 50 XP to the first person that can do all 4 dragons' names.
Sidset,
Inandrel,
Zarvog, and Narcissus.
Dang it.
Nearsis!
Dang it! I was leaning in to correct you.
50 XP goes
It's okay.
to Duroc.
I didn't want that XP anyway.
That's
I'd rather
all
get
right.
it the hard way.
That's all right. I'm going to be giving you all 500 XP anyway for saving the town. And bringing back peace. And Ren brainwashing everybody.
Dude, that puts us at
To the brainwashing.
It's not brainwashing. I'm just helping them along in their lives.
No, it doesn't.
Aren't we close to level 9?
Yeah, you're close to somebody's level.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys are making your way through the Fry Oak Woods. I think I initially called them Frylock, and then I've been saying Fry Oak because I misread my handwriting or something on one of the pictures when I redrew the map. I don't know.
No problem.
You hear birds chirping. You hear clop, 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 clop. And the adventure begins. If you guys would like to do any chit-chatting while you're riding your horses, you're more than welcome to. There's been no banditos this time. Although you did go by the spot, and Duroc pointed out to Peleus, that's where we killed a bunch of guys last time. Anyway.
Yeah, remember the Bulgarum? That was the move I made up. It was pretty cool. I also like to think that Peleus is just regaling us with stories that we all know are totally fake, but are just totally...
He's just insane enough that they are maybe
are they
true?
fake?
Yeah.
Anyways, and then at the end, I'm outside. I'm on the turtle, the giant turtle. I'm riding it into the battlefield, right? I've got several women clinging on to me, and at the same time, I'm killing hundreds of people. Right? I'm shooting wizard spells right and left. Anyways, yeah, that was a great weekend.
So how did you tame the turtle?
Huh?
The turtle.
Oh, Frederick. Yeah, no, he's a good friend of mine. It's a long story, anyways. That's for another time. Yeah, no.
And as you as he says, it's for another time. You kind of you're noticing that you're coming west here, and the trees, they start to open up, and you see sort of like a light at the end of the tunnel, and as it were, and you can see buildings and stuff, and you start to ride into town. The fun little town of Greenflower. It's not very, very big at all. You know, it max holds 500 people. It's just sort of like a pit stop area. For certain people, you can see that there's a road. It's small enough that you can definitely see like a road all the way over on the other side. You're like, oh, if I keep going that way, then I keep going towards the beach, and that sort of thing. As you're riding into town, it's just a bunch of quaint folk doing their stuff. The trees kind of surround the area like it was just sort of carved out of this. They clear cut an area and they just sort of laid down some roots. The birds not so much as chirping in here. The sun shining directly down in. There's a light tinge of kind of like the gray thing, like as if like clouds were like over sort of blocking the sunish a little bit. You're riding through, and you see Betty's books, and you see Andy's alchemy, and then there's horseshoes, and then like sort of in the town square-ish area in the center, the inn on Front Street, and you'll notice also to your right, which is north, there's sort of like a kind of very Edward Scissorhandsy, like up on a hill. You see a very large, but not like the biggest castle you've ever seen, as you guys have seen Würzburg and where was the place? The Elven
Laurenwood.
Oh,
were you going to say Laurendale? What was that?
I said Relsorin, but but that was
is that right?
That's
Laurelin.
Well,
Laurelin.
Laurelin is where we went, but Relsorin is anyway. Sorry.
Okay. And so and then obviously in Indrail's like large dragon, a mouth that you guys were all there for, and but it is a very, in comparison to the sort of like wooden shacks and everything else here, they don't look necessarily run down. They just look very crudely made. The inn is definitely the nicest thing, but this is very much kind of like, it looks like a type of town and village where they everyone helps each other out. People help kill animals and do stuff, and more probably like a bartering system, and like the gold probably actually kind of comes in more like through people passing through to get to other parts of the continent and that sort of thing. But sort of up on the hill, you see this very nice manor. Looks like it's made of stone.
We all go to the manor, right? We just want to head right there
Immediately?
I mean, why not?
Betty's books definitely caught Ren's attention. He's definitely a big reader.
Okay.
He doesn't have to stop right away.
Peleus looks at Ren and he notices that Ren is eyeing the bookstore, and he goes, "We'll stop by after we take care of the business. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll buy you a book or a journal so you can gush about Ulagon more, you weird cult leader."
You guys, I think that we should maybe talk to some of the local folk to see what we can find out about the Lord first.
Yeah, for once I'm actually agreeing with Yumhorn.
We can
I
profile.
think we should just go right to the Lord and ask him. But all right, I guess if you want to get a general consensus on the guy, all right.
It is true we don't know anything about him besides he collects expensive things.
You there! And I just point to someone in the street.
What?
What do you know about the guy in the big house?
Oh, the Lord?
Okay, does he?
No, the lady.
Does he have a name? Lord what?
Oh, no, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
No, I'm wearing a pirate coat. I'm not from around here.
I was just hoping Duroc would say something really stupid. Besides no, like I thought he would. You mean Lord Varcom, Slatebrook, right?
Lord what?
Varcom Slatebrook.
Yes.
All right.
That's him.
What do you know
up
about
in
him?
Slatebrook Manor?
What do you know about him?
The Slatebrooks are the people who initially sort of started this town. We've, it expanded obviously as more and more people here, but not so much expansion. He's a nice guy, I guess. He's
Yeah.
he's not, he comes down occasionally, like when he needs stuff. I don't know.
Excuse me.
What? Who are you?
My name is Yamhorn. What's your name?
Bov?
I'm sorry, Bov?
Yeah.
Could you spell that for me?
B-O-V.
Okay.
Bov.
Bov.
What kind of fellow is this Lord of Greenflower? Tall, short?
A pleasure to meet you, Bov. I put out my hand.
What was your name?
Yamhorn.
Oh, Yamhorn. All right.
Yeah.
What do you want? What was the question?
I don't know. We just came up and started disturbing you. I thought it'd be nice to say hello.
Yeah. Well,
Hello.
cool.
Hi.
And then one of his pigs in the background is like, and he's like, all right, Tilly, just relax. Here. And he like throws her like an ear of corn. What did you want?
What type of man is the Lord of Greenflower?
I thought I just told that to pirate guy over here with all the necklaces.
Yeah, he just told us.
What did he say?
No, where have you been?
He's a pretty nice guy.
He's a pretty nice guy. He comes down.
Yeah, but
His-
I'm asking, like, what kind is he?
Okay.
Peleus
He's trying to
puts
be
his-
sensitive. He wants to know what race.
Peleus puts his hand to his face, and he just goes, "Dear God."
Short, tall, fair-skinned.
Pointy ears, not pointy ears.
He's a human? Is that what? Like he's a guy?
Yeah, I'll think
yes,
that
Bob,
answers.
that's
He
what I was
doesn't.
asking.
He doesn't look like the pirate. The ears, or him, and he definitely doesn't look like you. And he's
Yeah.
definitely taller than him.
What, I guess he looks like you?
Yeah, don't worry.
I mean, I'm a human. I mean, he's not covered in pig poo, but like,
You answered my friend's racially charged question, so thank you.
all right.
So from behind Yamhorn, Ren kind of like pops up. It's like, do you know how he gets his
He like peeks around the side. Excuse me.
his collection? Do you know where he acquires his items that he's known for?
How do you know about his items?
I've heard from people in Bulgurum that he has quite a collection.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's people dress nice with nice stuff come, and then like sometimes they leave with a lot of money, and sometimes they leave with the stuff they came with. I don't know.
Do they stop by the town?
Well, I mean, you have to come in one of the roads to go up to his estate up there.
Have you met any of them?
I mean, no, they don't talk. I mean, I slap pigs. Like I hand corn to pigs.
But slopping pigs is an honorable profession.
I know. You don't need to placate me. I'm fine with my station in life.
I'm not placating anybody. You're just very self-deprecating.
No, I just,
Maybe let's move on.
I put my hand on Durok's shoulder and start to squeeze. Bob.
shocking grasp.
Yeah.
Sun's going down, big guy. Sun's going down.
And he's evaporated.
Sun's getting real low.
Does he have like a private collection, or does he have kind of a museum
I
where
don't
people could
know.
go and
I
see?
feed pigs. Like I guess. Like yeah, he's got nice stuff. I don't.
All right.
Okay.
How does
Let's
he
just-
normally invite visitors, or do people come and...
What am I, a secretary?
Well, I'm just...
I feed pigs.
Peleus points at someone else on the street and goes, You don't look like you deal with pigs. Maybe your station in life is better and you'd know more about that lord up there. Please tell me you're a character of less ill repute.
The person looks at you and keeps walking.
All right, apparently we're in a town of bloody idiots.
Looks like we're stuck with Bob.
Great.
Oh, there's just so many swear words to be said.
If you guys are like super into finding more out about him, we could just go to the inn. But I also feel like we're okay just traveling up, Ren says to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know
I'm tired of talking to all of these pig lovers.
what I said at the beginning.
I'm agreeing with
Finally, Peleus.
We should have just gone right there.
Yeah.
So we talked to a pig
Yeah,
farmer.
trim the fat and get right to the meat.
Look, hindsight is a gift that not many get. Anyway, let's go.
All right, I think we're just gonna go right up to the Lord's Manor.
Okay.
And not ask any more stupid questions, because apparently none of these NPCs are super helpful.
That's
They either
what got us
ignore
in trouble the last 100 episodes. We
Yeah,
thought
is
that.
not talking to NPCs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we
talk to him?
and
We're
then
gonna
we
not talk to him?
and then we do, and they're the least helpful NPC ever created. It's some guy who slops pigs.
Yeah, to be fair, he was like, you pointed at a random person on the street.
And I would think that my forwardness and my ability to just push the narrative would be rewarded. How
about this?
But apparently, it is not rewarded. It is then met with more walls of storyline.
See, I
Bob?
think
Bob?
It was rewarding to me.
Oh, good! Oh, good!
Hey, Bob, is there somebody in town that knows a bit more that we could maybe talk to?
I mean, maybe. Like, it's not like he comes down and tells us all of his personal business and is like, here's my life story.
but clearly you're a man of observation.
Yeah, I've got 5 pigs and only 4 more ears of corn.
Well,
that
you
means
want-
they all get fed.
You want some more pigs?
What, you got pigs on those horses?
I got money. You could buy more pigs.
I'm the pig guy in town. Who am I going to buy them from?
Fine.
You could buy more ears of corn.
You can buy more corn from the farm corn guy.
Oh, Billy?
Another Billy.
Or you could buy fish from Paul.
Hey,
No, we're done with you. Let's just. Peleus was right. You're a bunch of pig lovers, and just let's go, Peleus.
thank you, Bob.
I think we travel up to the Lord's Manor.
Okay.
Varkum?
Varkum.
Slatebrook.
Varkum.
Like Arkham. Asylum. Are we going into the Varkum Asylum right now?
Boo.
Well, he's looking like it. We might be though. Look at him.
I'm just. I like hearing you say stuff like that,
Collector
and
of
then looking at
unusual
everyone
things.
else, especially Dash, who's just like, woof. Okay, so you guys make your way up the hill towards
Varkum Manor.
Slatebrook Manor.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So as you're going up the hill,
Or were we talking to Bob the whole time, looking down on him from horses?
yeah.
Because that kind of changes the dynamic a little
Yeah,
bit.
no wonder he was so upset at us.
Lording over
With
it.
all of our fine magic items, we're just brandishing.
You there?
You peasant. Answer our simple questions, you dummy.
I'm just a simple mudslinger.
So you start going up the trail a little bit, and the trees seem a little bit taller in this area, and it's a little bit more shadowy, a little bit more cast. It's kind of blocking the sun a little bit, so it's a little chillier. The trees also look a little older in some respects, and maybe like some of them are dead and that sort of thing, just because they just look older and bigger. And as you start to crest up the hill, you notice there's a long, which you didn't really notice before. You just sort of saw like the couple of towers peeking out. You notice that there is a long stone pathway that's like it's kind of like surrounded like a little moat type of thing, and it's on like a separate little landmass. So it's not that far. It's like a little 100 feet or whatever, but far enough that put some distance in between the two pieces of land. It just kind of like it sort of goes across, like just it's not all the way around where it cuts it off It's not like a separate little landmass. On the edges and on the side and stuff, the trees and the land connect, but it's sort of like a bigger, little thing, and then you can kind of see little holes like where the water comes in or disappears to and that sort of thing. It's like a little lake area type of thing. And so you guys are standing or on your horses in front of the stone pathway.
Mm.
And you can see Slatebrook Manor.
Do you guys want to just go up and knock on the door?
Slatebrook family crest. Flapping.
What does the crest look like?
The crest looks like a classic shield, and it's got some sort of a lion type of creature. It definitely looks like a cat of some sort. Classic swords and that sort of thing. But it's purple. It's a purple flag with a black design on it.
Huh? Purple. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to just knock on the door, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think we're up here.
Should we call out ahead?
I imagine they have like a big ornate knocker. We can just like...
That sounds like a Duroc thing.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Is there a step stool?
Is there a place where we can tie off our horses?
Do you guys cross the bridge first?
Yeah, on a horse, yeah.
Okay.
If it'll handle it.
Great. So you go across the bridge, and as you get in, as you're coming up, you sort of see higher hedges, and as you go through the little entryway, there's a wonderfully manicured yard and area, bushes, flowers. In this area as well, it just sort of seems like the sun is behind a cloud, and but it's wonderfully manicured. It's beautiful. It's got like that really fine small stone pebble like walkway area now that you're in, and to the right you sort of see like a little a very ornate but very simple wooden thing like you would see outside of like in a Western bar. Like you're like, oh, this is where we would tie horses, and if you like to tie up your horses there, you can, and you will notice. If Ren were to fly up and look down, he would notice that the rounded gravel area that you're on has the Slatebrook crest in the rocks as well.
That's cool.
And then there's, little 10 steps up, and you see 2 large wooden doors, both with round big what look to be like cast iron things where yes you could knock them.
Duroc, I see you reaching for the knocker. Hang on one second. You have to be careful because I have a feeling this guy's going to want your sword. And Ren, he's going to be after these items that we got too.
He wouldn't know anything about a cloak or
I don't know
shield.
If he's
he is a collector
or a surveyor, purveyor of rare items. He might be aware of these things.
Well, he's not going to get this off my back.
You're right. I'm going to go bury my sword, though.
Good idea.
I can summon it back to my... You guys have seen me do this.
That's true. That's a good point.
Sell it to him and then call it back.
Oh, my God, can I?
No, that's my idea.
Duroc would do, though.
Peleus, do you have anything he might
Yeah,
be
he
after?
can't take it from me. I'm going to just keep it. Sorry.
I mean, I'll just pull like my jacket tighter over my necklaces.
Okay.
I'll just button it all the way up. I normally never have a button.
Because I don't remember if we ever figured out that he's got an amulet. Did we find that out?
I don't believe. I mean, you guys may have seen half of it, but you guys don't know that he has a full amulet now.
Yeah, and the fact
and you
that
guys don't know that
it's
he
mixed
has
in with
all
all
his
the others.
pluses. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. Okay,
Yeah, I'd say knock on it, Duroc.
Some nice knockers here.
Woof.
You hear ring out what seems to be reverberating inside of the manor, and you wait there for a little bit because it is a large area and you are unannounced, and eventually start to hear click, 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 like somebody's walking, at a decent pace up to the front door, and then just And this big door opens, and you see a sort of older guy with a slick back hair, definitely balding in the middle, and a very nice set of robes over like what seems to be like a suitish sort of thing. The robes aren't like huge wizard robes or anything like that. It's just very nice and tailored to him. They look like dress robes in a way. And he's like, yes.
Varkum?
No, Charles, but charmed.
Charles, nice to meet you.
Yes. Are you a friend of the master?
No, but we're here to meet him.
Good
about...
day. He's not taking on any callers at this point.
Well, we have some items that he might be interested in.
Oh, items, you say? Well, then, that is a dragon of a whole different color.
Should we just kill
What
this guy
kind
now?
of items?
Unfortunately, I'm afraid we can only discuss that with your master.
Oh, they must be very good items then. Who has these items? Each of you has an item? What a motley crew of gentlemen in front of me, huh?
Only he has an item, and I point at Duroc.
Classic Yumhorn. Rat him out.
We're here to escort him to make sure nobody takes advantage.
Oh.
I carry the items. These are my bodyguards.
Oh. And he looks right at Ren and he goes, you must be fierce then.
I don't know why, but it just.
Well, if a dwarf of your stature is having a halfling of his stature who looks older than you, bodyguarding him, he must really bring the rain.
Funny you say that. Ren, light him up.
I drop a bunch of water.
Yeah.
How droll. And he's kind of looking at Peleus because he's likely seen a dwarf before. He's seen an elf. He's seen a halfling. But like the fact that you're so pirated out, like he's like you're very unique in this group. He's just kind of like looking at you like. Are you like holding like your jacket kind of closed or whatever?
Yeah, I've got my hands here, and I'm just keeping it closed. Almost like when you put your thumbs in suspenders, but just like here. So I look casual. So, hello?
And who might you be? You look like someone who might have an item for sale.
Me? Oh, don't have any items. None whatsoever. I got a quarterstaff here on my back. I got a couple knives. And I've got some shiny pebbles in my pocket that I keep. And then you can look at those. They're like agates. You ever looking for agates? It's fun. You should try it sometime. Go down to the beach. Find yourself a couple colourful rocks. Stick them in a little box.
Okay.
Maybe look at it later and be like...
Wonderful. And then he looks at Yamhorn. Well, the master's actually... The master's actually out back enjoying a bit of sport. Would you like to accompany me?
What type of sport?
Well, why don't you accompany me and come find out?
Yes.
Lead the way.
No, yes. One of you grab the door, please. On my 6.
Got
And he
it.
just turns around and just at a very deliberate and sort of a quick pace, he's taking long strides as he's probably used to. You're going through this very elaborate house. And you see sculptures, you see paintings, you see, very different rich people. Some of the paintings definitely look older, and you would likely assume that these are the Slatebrooks of the past and that sort of thing. Like I said, there's vases, there's sculptures you can kind of see. This is sort of like a long hallway, and like occasionally you'll see another hallway to the right or to the left that probably takes you another part of the house. You go past a very elaborate staircase, like almost immediately upon entering, that would take you upstairs into the whole other maze of rooms and things going upstairs. And after about a minute or so, you come through to these 2 back double doors, and he opens them up, and you go out into a very manicured backyard, and you see pretty tall. You guys are all like, some of you guys are like 6'2" or something, right? Yeah, Peleus is?
I am.
Yeah, you imagine he's about the same height as you, but he's he's very strapping, he's in very good shape. He has, like a very fancy one of those sort of like half jacket things, but then like a little bit longer in the back with a little bit of tails. And he's got a long, black ponytail sort of pulled back, some cuffs and stuff, and he's got a bow and arrow, and he's shooting at some targets, and he's also got a little rack of weapons right there that and there's some closer targets, so it's like you would imagine that there's some axes and some daggers and swords, so it's like maybe he's throwing those sorts of things, and you see him unleash an arrow, and with a 15 he gets pretty close to the center. He's like, lost. I'll try again. And he's got like a little quiver holder, stand. It almost looks like a golf bag, where they put but it's like kind of like up on, and so he like picks it out and gets another one going. Ooh, just a little wide on that one. He goes out just a little bit wider, and he's like, God, what is going on here? This is ridiculous. And then you hear, he's like, oh. He turns around. He's like, Charles? Oh. And he sees you all there. He's like, well, what do we have here? Hello there. Hello. Please, come. And he kind of like, puts the bow down to his side and, Charles, what is this? He's like, sir, these men have some magical items. I thought, you might be interested. He's like, no, magical items. I'm always interested in those sorts of things. Well, what do we have? Who has what?
Well, I couldn't help but notice your target practice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a follower of Ulagon. He can help you with your shots if you would like.
Oh, yes.
Blessing.
And how would that be?
So I walk up to him, and I kind of like reach out, like up towards his hand, and I like give him the blessing of Ulagon. And add a D4 there. If you would like to take another shot.
Well, he takes another shot, and he hits it. Bullseye. Got him in 18. He's like, well, now that is quite the trick.
Yeah.
Is that the magic item? Is it a luck item?
The magic of Ulagon is within each of us.
Not
I
interested.
can absolutely teach you about that.
Okay.
In
and
private.
he turns away and he looks at someone else. And all he does is kind of look up, and you just disappear out of his visual. He's looking around. He's like, well, who has what?
Yamhorn looks side to side, waiting for somebody to talk, and when nobody talks instantly, I start to pull out my dagger, and then I put my hand up like, whoa, I'm not trying to do anything.
He doesn't look worried.
Okay, good. And then I say, my friend Ren here, who just gave you the blessing, he's not wrong. He's not lying. You might want to give it a second thought, and then I throw my dagger at the target.
Roll that. He can beat what I was beating, which was a 15.
A 9.
Well, then your
hits
dagger
butt
sticks
first.
in the corner of like what the paper target would be, and I'm like, well, thank you for securing my target.
See?
Yes.
Great.
This Ulagon seems as though he would secure targets very well.
All right, well, I got nothing. What about you guys?
Oh, me?
I think-
Oh.
Duroc, you're the one with the items.
Yeah, I think Durok's the one with all the
You're
magical
the one
stuff.
with the items.
Yeah, no, he's the one you want
I
to
am.
talk to. He's got some real nice stuff.
Really?
I just heard that you had a nose for these sorts of things, so I was seeing if that was true.
Yes, I have quite. Do you want to see the collection? Are you here to see my collection?
We want to know the caliber of
Perhaps.
items that you have to see if they match ours.
Well, let me see yours.
Okay.
You didn't say the magic words.
Well,
You're intruding on my day, so you get no demands.
I guess that's fair. Do you mind if I go grab my dagger real quick?
And he flicks you away with his hand.
Okay.
What about like an
Downrange.
exchange of items? Huh? Are you interested in a trade there, little lass? I mean, lad. Sorry, your ponytail.
Whoops.
Look, maybe you can take a look at this sweet rope I have. You can tell me if this might have a place in your collection. Watch it make cool shapes. And I'm like, cool shapes. And then it's like starts.
Roll for cool shit.
18.
Okay. It flies out of your hand for once in its life and makes like a heart. And then like you give it a wiggle and it comes back and I was like, it's like, is that the rope of climbing?
Yes.
I have several, but you guys look like you have a very unique relationship, you and your rope.
Fine. Let's shut up about my rope. Don't ever say that again. Fine. Let's cut to the chase. And I just pull out my sword.
Okay. He doesn't flinch.
Okay.
He just looks at it and he puts his hands out, both hands, palms up. So you put it in place in his hands.
You got to use your words on a podcast, just so you know.
Sorry. Yeah, I placed it in his hands.
Wonderful. He's holding it by the hilts.
And I like to say, too, that I recall my sort of training and manners and rules of these types of people. So I give it to him with courtesy.
These types of people.
Okay. He just raises an eyebrow and sort of nods. And he's looking at it. He's mainly interested, like, the blade looks great to him, but he's mainly interested in the hilt. And he's looking at it, and he's sort of, like, gingerly turning it. And he grabs, like, the end, and he just kind of, like, turning it. And he's like, this is exquisite craftsmanship. A blend of many different types of... Where did you get such an item? And he looks at it just a little bit more. And he's kind of like talking to himself, but also kind of talking to you. And then extends it out to you.
And
you know, handle first.
it, and I place it back in its scabbard.
Where did you procure such an item? It's truly one of a kind.
Of course, it truly is. And I'd be happy to discuss it further inside.
Oh, yes, of course. Where are my manners? You would like to see mine, as it were. All right. Well, come with me then. Is anybody hungry?
Always.
All right. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
Do you have pork belly?
Do not know.
Apple butter.
I do not know. I'm not the chef. I just sort of get food.
A glass of wine would do wonders for
Flavored
this heat.
rice.
Oh,
Delicious.
oh, a glass of wine. Now that I can get behind. And he looks right at Peleus. He's like, and what about you? Maybe something a bit stronger.
Yeah, do you got something that you used for, like, getting dirt off your boat? Like a strong chemical agent? That's probably what I'll be drinking.
He looks at you and he goes, I have just the thing.
All right, perfect. I'll take that.
And Yamhorn, are you back from getting your dagger at this point?
Yeah, I walk
Okay.
up and I hear all this going on, and I lean over to Ren. I say, do we drink? Are we allowed to drink?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. If you have an ale, I'll take an ale.
All right. And the little one. Besides food. Anything to quench your thirst.
Got some cranberry juice. That would be good.
So very specific this
He's
one.
got a UTI. He's
Interesting. I'm
don't know why
unfamiliar
you
with
would
the
say that.
term. Well, come with me.
urinary tract.
Charles, you heard. Please bring it to the display room. And Charles just gives like a small bow and starts to lead the way back into the house. At some point, he banks off right. And Lord Slatebrook is taking you through and just sort of pointing out. He's like, oh, yes, this was my great-grandfather. And he's very famous for, blah, blah, family stuff. And you go back more towards the front, and there's that wonderful staircase. and you start to go up it. It seems rather weird because it's like right in the middle of the room, and it doesn't go straight up. It actually kind of like turns and wraps around, like not the super skinny one or anything like that, but it's very large and grand, almost as though it was built to just, be like, yeah, we can just build this in the middle of a room because he's rich. So it's definitely wide enough, definitely like those extra wide type stairs, that sort of thing. And it goes up and to the left and around, and where it ends is actually right above where the kind of the front door-ish area would be. You come out onto a landing, and he takes you right, and you start to go down. It's just got a guardrail there, and there's some windows, and you can see out the front the way you came up, and you can actually, if you look close enough, see down into the town. And you're wrapping around, and from the way that you came in, it would be the upper left side, and then you go. He leads you into a room, very, very vast. Looks like probably. Well, my home is about 1,500 square feet, so a little bit bigger than that with no walls except for the four, where you see different items all on the wall, different weapons, different pieces of jewelry, necklaces, both big and small, earrings, rings on tables, different, all sorts of stuff all over this place. It's a very interesting looking collection that he has here. And he goes, please look around. And I got to say, all of you were, while expecting something pretty cool, you weren't quite expecting this. This is like the rich version of Pawn Stars or something like that. Like, you're just like, holy crap. This is like some Bruce Wayne stuff. Like, you're like, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Is there anything that catches Yamhorn's eye specifically?
I don't know. What would catch your eye?
I don't know.
A wig?
Possibly.
I mean, you can make a perception check, or
I'm interested in elven craftsmanship.
Okay,
and that would be a 7.
7.
Then, Yamhorn, you were baffled by how shiny it is in here.
Wow, guys, do you see all this shiny stuff?
You're like, there's a lot of bright stuff. Peleus, there's a lot of gold. There's a lot of there's plates, there's necklaces, like I said, there's rings, there's swords, there's bows, there's arrows, there's daggers, there's all pretty much there's at least kind of like one of any weapon you could kind of think of. And then there's just weird stuff, like I said, there's robes, there's different pieces of clothing, there's, plates, ornate plates, what are those things? Fabergé egg type things, all sorts of stuff all over this place. It's pretty gnarly.
Can I try to put an egg in my pocket?
Roll a sleight of hand, yeah.
Make sure it's not a dragon egg.
Or make sure it's a dragon egg.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Natural 1.
And we're getting kicked out.
Why?
Oh, because that's what he does. That's what Peleus does, man.
I'm chaos.
So you're going around, and you're looking around and all that sort of stuff, and you see like sort of a tiny Fabergé egg. You're like, ooh, Easter egg. You're like, I could pocket this.
I could probably put that in my pocket.
And like you go, like no one's looking at you, no one's seeing you, and so it's like look, you grab it and you go to put it in your pocket, but because you're a little bit more sober than you'd like to be, your hand moves correctly and not how you're used to it moving. And you let go of it thinking that you're dropping it into your pocket, and you drop it like 2 inches outside of your pocket. So just anybody else watching, you'd see you like not bring your hand close enough to your jacket and then just let it go. And it just shatters on the ground. And it kind of, and like, there was like, a sort of ornate wrapping around it, but enough that the egg was out, and that sort of thing that definitely shatters, but it clanks a little bit with the thing that was holding it.
Peleus goes, oh my gosh, Varkum, you need to have your stuff more properly secured. This just leapt off and shattered.
Roll me a deception on that.
8.
Can I aid in some
Oh,
way?
I actually have the guidance. I don't know if it still lasts.
No.
That he gave me.
Like hearing
So
the
8.
noise and turning around, I I think I can probably piece together what happened.
Okay.
Can I aid in his lie?
If you use the help action, you
Help
can give
action,
advantage.
Yeah. So he'd just get a roll again, essentially.
Are you near him?
I don't know. I'm in the same room.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's rather vast.
Yeah.
I've got a plan.
I have a plan as well.
That's fine. You all turn to see Peleus say that, and Lord Varkum runs up to him and is like, "Dear God. Well, we must get Charles up here to secure these eggs better. Well, not your fault.
Yeah.
guess-
Oh no. That's what
I guess it
said.
must have been too close to the edge. Hey there?"
Yeah.
And he's just kind of looking at you.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, hey, sometimes these happen. Things fall off my ship all the time. You know.
Oh, you've got a ship.
I mean, I did.
Oh.
Whether I possess a ship is relative to time and space. It's a long story.
Oh, interesting. That sounds absolutely
Yeah,
fascinating.
won't you stop staring at me, you dandy? All right, won't you turn around and... I don't like those eyes you're giving me, and your ponytail's too wet for my taste. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep looking at your cool stuff, all right? And then Peleus turns
Please do.
struts away, holding his jacket.
It's like Charlie in Philadelphia where he's like pretending to be a lawyer.
That's definitely Peleus right now.
Under subsection B of bird law, so.
Really, to cut to the chase, Lord Varkum, we're looking for something kind of specific. Things that the
I
Lady
thought
of
you
Yellow...
were here to sell me something.
Well, we're looking to trade, perhaps.
Oh, interesting.
We're looking for something of the Lady of Yellow, the dragon of the bog, possessed.
Ballgate.
Ballgate?
Bog.
Bog
late.
late. Bog late.
Boglight.
Bog late.
Do you...
Still saying it wrong.
It's bog late. Oh my god.
Boglate.
There you go.
Boglate. Possessed.
The island possessed this item.
Yes, but it was of the dragons. And we've come to find out that you have said items.
Oh, really? You
Here,
think-
looking at your vast collection, I would...
I have these items.
It's an okay collection.
Who told you that?
What was her name?
Browernick?
Yeah. Browernick lead driver of Bulgar.
I am unfamiliar with her. How would she know that I have such items? If I have such items.
She has many people.
Somebody in your manor has been feeding her information for some time.
Well, it's just me and Charles doesn't really talk to many people.
Well, then you ought to look at Charles a little closer. Regardless, we know you have something.
I do have many a thing all around me.
Regardless, we know you have something from the Lady of Yellow.
Based off of hearsay from somebody I do not know. That's very interesting.
More than hearsay, it was enough for men to act. Enough for people to want what you have.
Further cutting to the chase, a town was destroyed trying to obtain these items, and we fear that they're
A
coming
whole
here
town
next.
was trying to obtain an item.
No, a town was destroyed by people trying to obtain these items.
Oh,
And-
people, you say.
Yes.
And these people are not the people that told you that I have these items.
Correct.
So more people know that I have these items.
Apparently.
Interesting.
So, we want to make sure that these items are secure.
And what are these items that I have?
Our understanding is that they are items that will help these people that kill and destroy indiscriminately obtain a dragon.
Well, there's a lot of things in here that can kill.
Right, but specifically one that will call forth a dragon. Or hatch a dragon.
Hatch a dragon? Really?
Yeah,
You think I have an item that could hatch a dragon?
possibly.
And if I had that item, I wouldn't have hatched my own dragon by this point.
Yamhorn takes 2 steps backward.
My lord, clearly You like to hide behind polite society. Your tall walls, your quick wit, your sly tongue. Time is running out. We're here to secure these
For
items.
whom? Not I.
For you.
For everyone.
Especially you. You think the town below is going to wait for their fortunes to turn and leave you up here to your high walls? Now, I've seen it too many times before. Their guillotines are sharp. They're hidden in their barns.
I may butt in here just a second here.
I kind of like where this is going.
Listen, Lord Volcom, alright, you like to collect things, right?
Of course.
Clearly, yeah, no, we've established this. You got quite a collection. Sometimes they fall down and shatter. Now, the people we're going up against who mean the world harm are also a bit of collectors in that way. In fact, I'd say if they knew about you, they'd probably come here with the big red dragon and collect all your garbage. And then they'd probably cut your head off. You wouldn't want that now, would you? Huh? What are you going to do? Shoot your gold items at them from a bow? It's not going to help anybody now, is it?
Yeah, have you ever tried shooting those items from a bow? I mean, I know he's being half facetious, but doesn't work.
I'm just saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you know? And in this case, I think we could be friends, despite your weird greasy hair.
I like this insult of like wet ponytail. I don't know why.
So funny. Oh.
Because Peleus' hair is also disgustingly slicked back.
Yeah.
So it's like, Varkam's probably looking at him like, your hair is also gross.
Yeah. Oh, that's very, very interesting. Oh, the concerns of the outside world. Not really my thing. This estate, this manor has stood for hundreds, if not thousands of years. I'm always left alone, depending on the, outside goings-on of the world. People know better. But if you must have an item, I do have certain things that are more off menu. And at that point, you hear clank, clank, clank as Charles comes in. And he's got like a little cracker and cheese plate. He's got what appears to be a red liquid in a glass. And then he's got some stout, some mugs, that look like they hold ale. And a red wine, one of those nice big red wine glasses. And he's like, everybody grab your drinks, if you please. Please, have a snack.
Can I roll an insight?
Yeah, I've gotten super suspicious all of a sudden. I'm not sure
Yeah,
why.
I'd like to check my drink real quick.
Well,
Yeah.
specifically, I'd like to look at this red drink.
That's cranberry juice.
Yeah, he ordered
Oh,
cranberry juice.
thank God. Okay, I was like, is this guy Dracula? Is that?
And
is that what this is?
then someone else ordered. I thought you ordered a wine.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, so you've got a wine. I've got a wine.
Okay.
He's got a.
absolutely.
a
It was
kid's
just
juice.
weirdly
Yeah.
nondescript.
And then you
compared
two
to
both
the
had
other ones.
ales, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we could be a little bit more subtle about this.
But you
guy.
roll whatever you want. I don't
I'm
care.
going to roll an insight
Yeah.
in this guy and see if he's bringing like the drinks and stuff that we requested.
Okay.
Can I roll a Arcana check to see if the liquid that I have in my cup is magically
Do you have
charged
detect
or
magic or anything like that?
huh?
Do you have detect magic or anything like that?
Not as like a cantrip. I mean, I probably do, but
Yeah,
not
you can Arcana check it if you like.
Like, okay.
I'm not trained in Arcana.
I rolled a 2.
I was talking to
Right, but I'm just
10.
thinking.
Peleus.
I rolled
Okay.
a 2, but I got a 10
Okay.
on my insight to see whether or not I believe this is the item I requested.
You 100% believe that this is cranberry juice.
I take the cranberry juice.
You 100% believe this is a red wine. And if you're a wine drinker or something like that, it smells like a good one.
18 for mine. I'm interested if it's poisoned or something.
Okay. You 100% believe that this is a nice ale that you got. It's frothy, it's cold, it smells delicious. You're ready to dig in.
Awesome.
Peleus, you believe even with the 10, you're like, smells like good ale to me.
All right, I down it real quickly, and then I try to swap out an egg with the cup like Indiana Jones. I try to real quickly just...
You tried to steal another egg?
Yeah, I try to steal another egg.
All right.
He was cool.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Come on, mommy. Hey, 15.
Nail it. Yeah. So you you sit there with your thing, and everyone's just like taking their sort of tipping their head back, taking like a decent sip or whatever, and like you see your moment, and then you go yaha, and like you grab it and you mask it almost like a magician. You mask it in the idea of like glug glug glug, and like you're looking at it, and then you like set it down, and as you set it down, like you swipe it out, and then put your glass right where it used to be. Stick it in your pocket, and now you've got a sweet little add it to your inventory, and that thing will fetch you. Let's see here. Ooh, that thing will fetch you at some point. You don't know yet, but you imagine you could get about 200 gold for this stupid little thing. It is fancy as crap.
All right, score. Well, this wasn't a waste, boys.
And they all look at you.
Yeah,
like,
what is he talking about?
The ale, it's delicious. It's really good.
And I wait for Lord
Yeah.
Sweetbrook.
Markham.
Slatebrook is his last name.
Slatebrook. I wait for him to take a drink of
Same
something.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes a nice drink and just kind of licks his lips and sets it down. He's like, all right. Are we all satisfied? Should I have Charles go get another round?
Yes, you should.
All right, Charles, please. And he's like, and make it snappy, Charles. This took far too long. And you see him gracefully exit, and then you hear click, 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 click.
Like he's sprinting down the hallway.
Yeah, it's like he exited like at a normal yes, sir. And then as soon as he got around the corner, running away. And yeah. So you guys are all standing there, and he's sort of like he's got his the big old wine thing in his hand. He's kind of just twirling it, and that sort of thing.
Well, Volcom, you want to show us your more colorful collection? Huh? You said you'd show us that stuff, huh?
Specifically the color yellow.
Color yellow.
Just like in general, off-book collection, something.
I like you guys. This is very interesting. You come in here unannounced, demanding things, pressuring me, speaking of the end of the world. It's the most fun I've had in a long, long time. I will tell you what. How about you join me for dinner? Charles could whip up some of your pork bellies that you talked about. If anybody else has something specific they would like. But, I believe the Inn on Front Street will likely have rooms. You can tell them to put it on my tab if you like. And let's say you two, I don't know, is 7:30 good for everybody?
I couldn't possibly dream of turning down your hospitality.
But do you have these items we speak of?
I don't know. I have some very rare things. Although I just collect, I don't necessarily always do know what everything does. I mean, that egg in your friend's pocket. It just looks pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't do anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now,
Of course not.
why do you want us in town when I believe I passed some empty rooms on the way up here?
Well, I don't know you well enough to house you, but I would, as I've known you for what, looks at his wrist with no watch on it, less than an hour. But I am offering to pay for your rooms and pick up the tab.
I truly appreciate the hospitality, but are we in a hurry, guys? Do we want to...
I think we got time, Yumhorn.
sure?
I turn and look at the
Are
group.
you going to save the world in 24 hours?
And, I say
We could if
Possibly.
we wanted to. Don't get smart with me right now.
Oh, you make a lot of demands for somebody who's not in his own dwelling.
Yeah, all right. We'll take up your offer. We'll go stay in the inn or whatever, and I'll keep my eye out for that missing egg over there. It seems like you've got some loose hands.
Absolutely.
Probably that-
Charles,
Yeah.
probably funneling it for his retirement.
Right, yeah, he looks
as if
shady.
that will ever happen. And then at that point, Charles, kind of like you hear, "Da-da-da-da-da-da," and then he walks around the corner, regally holding this thing. He's kind of breathing heavy, but trying to compose it, and he brings it back over. He didn't bring Lord of Arkham another wine, but Palish, you have another ale. There's another wine for Duroc, and another ale for Yamhorn, and another cranberry juice for Ren if he likes. And he just sets it down and says, and Varkham says, "Charles, these four will be our guests tonight for dinner. Please, I believe the little one would like pork bellies and apple butter. Is there any other requests for something specific?"
I could go for a nice salad.
Oh, dear.
I'll take a turkey leg, a fat turkey leg. Do you got some sauce you can spread on that?
Like a cartoonish turkey leg.
Yeah, fat turkey leg.
Okay.
All right.
Like something that you would see at some sort of restaurant where knights joust each other.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's
Wonderful.
what I like.
Okay, yes, turkey legs. Oh, this will be interesting for Charles. He usually only ever cooks for me, and I'm bland tastes. Dwarf, anything?
Whatever my lord is having will be good enough for me.
Interesting. Well then, that will be very, very exciting. Well then, Charles will show you out. I will go collect all of my mysterious items. And I will see you back here this evening. We will, of course, dine together before we do business, I hope.
Of course.
Ah, wonderful. Charles, if you please. And before you guys can say anything else, he walks out of the room and takes a left, and you start hearing him go down the hallway, and his footsteps disappear. Charles shows you guys to the front door and says, that he looks forward to seeing you, and he hopes you enjoys his cooking, and shuts the door.
As we're walking to the door,
Yeah.
I would like to reach up and grab Charles's wrist.
Okay.
And tell him, Ulagon will bless you if you prepare us a wonderful dinner and make yourself something nice too. And I give him guidance to prepare a good meal.
He doesn't look really that affected by it, but he goes, "I always cook wonderfully, young sir, but I appreciate your attempt at kindness, I suppose is what you call it." And he's shows you guys at the front door.
I don't know why I had this thought while we were playing that since Lord Slatebrook is a human being, a little bit more short-lived compared to dwarves, and Duroc being 313 years old, might have had interactions with one of his ancestors in the past.
Okay.
I want to bring something up about that. And maybe I'm mishearing or misinterpreting, but he said something about that place has been there for 1,000 plus years. Did he say anything about how long he's been there?
No, but he pointed to the painting and he said that was his great-grandfather who was famous for some garbage.
Okay, that's true.
I think that's almost verbatim. Yeah, some family crap that guy did, and
see,
I just get a super creepy vibe like this.
Yeah, maybe he has lived forever.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say that I want to know if maybe Duroc recognized the great-grandfather in the portrait.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
And because I want to pull Charles aside if this is something Duroc would have knowledge of his ancestors and be like, "It seems the hospitality of Slatebrook Manor is a bit lax since the Lord's great-grandfather presided." Something like that,
and what does that mean?
Nothing at all, Charles. Nothing at all.
Glad we explored that.
Just saying your great-grandfather would have given us rooms.
You don't know that.
Said the inns were really nice though.
Yeah.
So
And as we're leaving and walking towards the inn, I do kind of quietly say to you guys, what was your guys' take on them?
Yeah, something's off about that wet ponytail freak.
You guys are back on your horses, making your way back towards town as you're conversating?
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, Peleus,
Yeah.
what's the deal with the eggs? Did you steal one?
No.
He sure seemed to think you did.
That's really strange.
I asked
What?
Peleus to
What?
test the security system.
Empty your pockets.
I'm gonna do nothing.
I don't think you should be asking our friends to empty their pockets.
Yeah.
young Warren. Why
You
don't
don't
you
trust
empty your
me?
pockets?
I'm just
Okay.
a pirate wizard.
I emptied my pockets. There's nothing there. A moth flies out.
All right.
Now you, everybody.
Peleus reaches in and he pulls out all those like agates and rocks. He's like, "See, they're just filled with little agate rocks I found on beaches.
Like
I
some
slap his
sand in
hand.
there.
More agates!
Young Horn, what the hell?
Yeah, see, you're being quite rude." He crosses his arms.
You guys make it to the inn on Front Street. It's very easy to find, as it's the biggest thing. And like I said, it's in the center of town, around the town square.
Do they have train beers here?
You tie up your horses outside, you go inside, and you see a stout but human-looking woman behind the bar. And
Keep your pants on,
My
Peleus.
kind of lady.
and then that's sort of off in the distance. But when you first walk in, there's a little desk to your left, and it's like, "Whoa there, name's Strum Lone Watcher. Are you gents looking for rooms?"
Hey, Strum, yes.
Lord Slatebrook sent us. Said that we could find accommodation on his dime here.
Oh, Lord Slatebrook, of course. Yes. Here. Oh, 1 second. And he goes and he starts filling with keys. And he's like,
Long Watcher, it's okay.
Anything for Slatebrook? Here are our four corner suites. You'll notice two sets of stairways. Like in the bigger sort of bar area behind this, and they kind of go up, and they're, while all the other doors are aligned on the wall where the seam would be, where to make the right angle of like the walls coming together, that's where you see two doors here, and you can only assume there's two doors there, so it's like a door, and it takes up he's like, 4 corner suites. The design I find is quite clever. Here you are, and of course everything I will inform the staff. Everything is on the house, but obviously any kindness that you would like to throw towards us is also much appreciated. And he just kind of like bows really low. And
Mr. Longwatcher, it's all right. We're just normal folk.
of course you are.
We don't need any special treatment.
But you are on the dime of Slatebrook, so he expects only the best for his guests.
Well, anything that would go towards our special treatment, you all can pocket for yourselves.
Wink. And he winks right at you.
I'm not kidding.
Why do you? And I don't charge him the correct amount, so... between you and me, of course, please don't tell him that.
I don't even care. He seems like a pompous jerk.
I have no opinions, Wink.
Do you have some concerns about Vargas or Varkum, or you seem a little agitated by?
He's a very important man, and his friends and his business associates are our friends and business associates, of course.
Is there something we should know about his business associates that he normally deals with?
Well, they're very, very rich. Usually, very not half as nice as you folks have been to me at this point. And
do we look like we have wet ponytails?
Well, maybe him. And he points to Peleus.
What? I don't go no wet. And he touches his hair and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, it's pretty greasy."
Just rich folk. Folk that look like they belong hanging with him, not here staying in my inn on Front Street.
So I look at you guys. I say, this seems kind of weird.
Yeah, something's off.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Listen, Strum? Sorry. Do you know any sort of, I don't know, secrets about the Lord of this town? I'm just...
I'll
That is
pull
a
out
very
some...
terrible question, and I have no answer for it.
So I'm going to pull out a little
Can
bit
I
of
roll
gold.
like a perception or insight or something to his response to see if there's...
You can, and regardless of what you order, I'll just tell you think that he thinks that that's a terrible question. And
Well, but he gets what I'm putting down, right?
does somebody have secrets? Yeah, everybody's got secrets. You've got secrets. He's got secrets.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
yeah, I want to pull out a little bit of gold and try to loosen his tongue a little bit.
I'm glad you're doing that because I do have 10.
Okay.
I forget how much gold I have. I have way more than I should.
Why are you guys so poor?
I stay Ren's hand and I say I got this, and I pull out 1 gold coin, and I slap it on the table and I slowly start to slide it over, but I don't let go of it. And I say, "What other information do you have about Lord Slatebrook?" And I leave the gold coin
And he pushes it back towards you.
and I push it back towards him.
And then I pull out 20 more gold and put it
Okay.
on the table
Okay.
and tell him
I take my gold coin back.
we're important people in this town or in this world.
Oh,
And we don't want to be going into an awkward situation with this lord.
awkward
What can you
situation.
tell us about him that maybe other people wish they had known? And then I slide the 21 gold towards him.
Hey, no, 20.
Yeah, Yamhorn took his back.
Oh, he did.
He kind of looks at it for a second,
And I'll roll a persuasion too.
and he pulls out a little tray from underneath the counter and like puts it in there, and then like puts it back underneath the counter, and he like finger motions for you guys to come in, lean in close.
We
I do.
lean- I
And he
lean
kind
in.
of like puts his right arm on the counter. He looks at you guys like, well, some interesting things. He only does deals with rich people, of course. They have the most interesting objects. But it's not so much the objects, but it's the type of people that he gets these things from. They're weird. Make me feel uneasy. He kind of makes me feel uneasy. Yeah. And then like he like realizes like what he just said, and he's like, what's that? Gotta go. And then he just like turns around and walks off to nobody.
Well, he confirmed my suspicions.
And that's where we leave it for this week,
Oh,
ladies
no.
and gentlemen. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Oh, more dinner parties. Dinner parties on dinner parties. These guys love to give you dinner parties. They're always feeding you, always putting you up.
We die
Never-
without him.
Never once has that gone well for us.
Let me, let us know what you all think. Give us a review on iTunes. Hit us up on Twitter at Chaotic Amateurs or on Instagram at Chaotic Amateurs. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you're a Patreon subscriber, Thursday, Unbriefing. Hear us wrap it up, which we're going to do right now. But until then, I've been Bentley Michaels, your DM for Season 2. To my right, we have...
Caleb is Jamhorn Durrell.
Dash is Peleus Ian Earth.
Rhett is Dark Dragon's Bane.
Milo's Ren.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.